Tom, this new album is off the chain, mate.
Oh, thank you so much.
Off the chain. So much to talk about to do with the album. Tom is gigging. He's doing some record store shows. London tonight, Rough Trade. And tomorrow, that's the 5th and the 6th. Then Bristol and Southampton. And then Belgium, if you fancy a bit of Belgium. Germany. And then back in Brighton, resident for on the 16th. And then the North American tour. And then we're back here for the wonderful live tour. tom@odell.com in October and November. And we're going Cardiff, Dublin, Belfast, Glasgow, Manchester, London. Then off to Paris and Oslo and Stockholm, Copenhagen. Great excuse to go for a city break to go and see a band. You know, Tash and I went to go and see Springsteen in Barcelona. Some people we know were listening to the show on Wednesday, Tom, and they want to go and see Oasis, but of course Oasis sold out. Not in Los Angeles. And so you can buy a ticket for Oasis this weekend in LA for $185 and a flight for £300 from Gatwick. Some people heard the show. We said, why don't you do that? Some people are doing that.
Wow.
What an excuse. What
That's
a great reason to go. Have you seen any good live stuff yourself yet since we last talked?
I haven't seen Oasis.
Would you like to?
I would like to. I share the same manager who manages Liam.
So if you can't get in, nobody can get in.
I actually haven't had a chance because we've just been doing so many shows this year.
So busy.
But I've just been on tour. Well, I've done 2 tours this year with Billie Eilish and with the Lumineers, and I watched both their sets almost every night.
Did you actually?
Yeah, and like the very different shows, but the Billie show is phenomenal. If you haven't
in what way? What does that mean?
You have to kind of see it. I'm sure there'll be people listening that have seen it. It's just extraordinary.
Is it?
Yeah, and she does it in the round, so she's in the middle of the arena, and it's really amazing.
Is it like theatrical or
slightly?
Yeah,
but it's just really very good.
Right, so it's very sort of engaging, very sort of seductive, hypnotic. You get drawn in.
Yeah, and just her songs are extraordinary. Yeah. But then the Lumineers tour was also amazing, and they like throw their instruments around.
So
they
chalk
swap
and cheese
instruments
in a way.
every song.
Beautiful.
It's kind of like a kind of carnival vibe.
So Billie Eilish, her bro Phineas, because they are in lockstep with each other all the time, aren't they?
They wrote all the songs together.
Yeah, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
They're two halves of the same heart. He cites you, doesn't he, as inspiring him?
Well, I went to this gig in Manchester with my wife.
Right.
I'd never seen him before.
With my wife.
I've used that a lot. She's like, stop calling me your wife.
But you are.
Yeah, we went to it and weren't really expecting anything of it. And then I was just about to go for a wee, and I hear him say my name, and he's like, oh, in 2016, he came to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, and he watched me at a gig when he was 18. And he cites, I mean, I feel embarrassed to say, because it's like I'm making it up or something. But he says at this gig anyway, he's like, this is the reason I started making music. And I remember that gig, right, really well, and I hated it, and it wasn't sold out, and it was a disaster. I felt that gig at the time was a disaster, and I was really depressed about it. Went back to my hotel and was like, I sick of this. And it's a wonderful lesson in, you keep showing up, and some days you don't think it's good, but you don't know the effect it has on people. And come 10 years later, full circle, they asked me to go on tour with them, and I've sort of become friends with Phineas since. And I don't know, it's one of those like wonderful reminders of not getting too caught up in your perspective of the day.
Yeah,
because there's a million other perspectives going on. Yeah,
so take anything seriously but yourself.
Yeah, don't get caught up.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not helpful. And also, I can't imagine you doing a bad gig. From your point of view, it's different because you're you, right? But I've seen you loads of times. You've never done a bad gig. So I wonder what was going on that night. Clearly, you didn't do a bad gig because you inspired him and his sister Billy to do what they do for a living now so well. So I wonder what was going on with you that day.
Probably it was all me.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I mean, we have we never have like gig. You know, I've had a few gigs over my career where I'm like, oh my god, that really was a disaster.
No, Tom, it's impossible. That's like saying the Beatles had a disastrous gig. It's impossible.
Well,
No, because you're so good at your job.
I guess there's
find
there's
that
technical
incredible.
things. Yeah. I once actually did a gig in Berlin years ago. It just makes me think of it. Where it was the GQ Awards in Berlin, right?
Okay, now there's potential.
They flew us out. James through the windows laughing. They flew us out on a private jet to do this gig. It's probably the only time ever. The label Sony did it at the time. Like, we want you in Edinburgh in the morning and we want you to play Berlin in the afternoon. Really? GQ Awards, they're that important? And we go, and the piano, like this, but it was electric piano. It was on this revolving stage. And no one had thought that when the stage started revolving, obviously the cables were going to get... So I start playing. You know, I'm away, and the cables almost immediately just get yanked out the back of this piano. The piano goes off. By this point, I'm already halfway through the song, and I'm playing with just a bass player. So I complete the song with just the bass player, right? And I turn around and look at him, and he's got one of these like huge... He's accidentally left his lanyard on. So he's got this huge lanyard on. I'm singing a cappella to a bass. And I get up at the end, and I'm fuming. I'm like, oh my God, this is a disaster. And I trip on the cable.
Great.
And then like David Beckham standing there, like for some reason, it's like a sort of weird dream. He's like standing on the side of the stage, and I didn't see him there, and I sort of like, I kind of swear, and I'm like, yeah, and he's standing, he's like, all right, Tom, and I'm like, it's just like such a nightmare, the whole thing, and I think about it, and I feel really, I can only just start telling people that story.
You've never told me that story before.
And it was over 10 years ago.
Well, if it helps, carry on, mate. You know?
I carried on, but that was one of those things probably I should have stopped. You know, the thing with showbiz, they always say is like, never stop.
Show must go on.
Yeah.
But also you with a bass. I mean, surely the audience would have loved that. The fact
it was truly awful.
they would, but they would have. Also, your voice a cappella is stunning.
But the thing is, the cables were doing that.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, throughout the whole
right,
thing.
so it's all going on.
It was all going on.
That's such a funny story.
Yeah,
and the Beckham thing. And then David Beckham says, all right, Tom, not really, David. I've had better days, to be honest. you know how it is.
Yeah. It was a strange moment. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So this new album, it's the fourth album in 5 years. You talk about the fact you're no longer with a major label, and it's changed your life.
Yeah.
It's liberated, it's released you as an artist. And, we all understand why deals like that have to be done and have been done in the past. But it's not helpful if you're feeling prolific and you want to get stuff out, and they're saying, not yet, and then you hold on, you hold off, and then the timing is right or the timing is wrong. And all the reason that you paused anyway doesn't help, and you lose your rhythm. You're not match fit anymore. And since you've gone out on your own, you're literally your own boss in most aspects of your career, I would imagine now. And you can hear it on the album. It's so good.
Oh, thanks, Chris. That means a lot.
Seriously,
thank you very much.
I've read the notes here, and I said it before I read the notes I said that for me, I can hear mostly Tom Odell. Obviously, you'll be relieved to hear that. But I can hear Coldplay on there. I can hear the Beatles. Well, even my 6-year-old. Yesterday he was coming down the stairs. He said, "Oh, Daddy's listening to the Beatles again. It was track 4 on your new album."
Oh, really?
I said, Tom would be very pleased to hear that.
Oh, that's great.
And I can hear Radiohead as well. I can hear Nick Drake in there. I can hear, and you recorded in a studio that Radiohead have used before.
Yeah, Rack. Yeah, North London. Yeah.
The capital R, capital A, capital K, which is Mickey Mouse Company, I think it was back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say other than well done. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm really proud of it. We made it. It was quite a pure experience of, like, I had a big pile of papers of songs I've written over the course of a year.
Right.
And I went into the studio with the band, and we've been playing all year, and we just kind of did it exactly how I made my first album, and we discovered it in the studio, but I'm really proud of it. It's more live sounding than any record.
It's
I've made.
big time, and there's a lot of guitar on it.
A lot of guitar.
There's more guitar than piano, isn't there?
Yes, we recorded it live. So I was playing acoustic,
Right.
live, and with the vocals in the same room.
Yeah, because that was something that took me by surprise, and I really loved it. And then the piano
thanks.
comes back, and there's a big signature song in there, which is sort of it's vintage Odell. I can't remember which one it is.
Right.
Which
I
one?
don't know.
But there's one right in the middle. I think it's
Maybe Wonderful Life. I don't know.
probably 5 or
Yeah.
6 something. It's like that's your signature sound. But all around is this other new thing going on. It's a bit of Laurel Canyon going on there as
Yeah.
well. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous, man.